Welcome to As the Story Grows. I'm Brad Patton. Today we welcome Max and Lukas from THROATCUT to the podcast. The new THROATCUT record, Resilience, is out today on Rising Empire Records. The guys talk about their experience trying to start bands, how wanting to be more authentic led to the formation of THROATCUT, signing with the Rising Empire, the themes on resilience, and more. Resilience is an incredible record, and I hope everyone checks it out. Thanks much for listening to this episode of As the Story Grows. If you're brand new to the podcast, welcome. Thanks for listening. You can find links in our show notes or at asthestorygrows.com to join our Discord server, sign up for our mailing list, and you can find a link to our Patreon page where you can support the show financially, and $1 a month gets you early access to every episode. And if you think somebody might dig THROATCUT or might like the podcast in general, go ahead and share it with them. The best way to grow the podcast, to share what you love, is to tell other people about it. Enjoy today's conversation with Max and Lukas from THROATCUT. I was trying to do my research on the band, and like everything is generalities. So it's just like German metalcore band. So where in Germany are you guys?
We are located in the southwest. I don't know if you know Stuttgart. It's where Mercedes is from, I think.
Okay, nice.
And Porsche. Yep. Nice. So around there.
Nice.
All the cars we can afford.
Is that roughly where you guys grew up?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. What was growing up like?
In Germany? Pretty chill, actually.
Yeah.
So there's, I think there's nothing really that stands out to me, to be honest. I think it's just normal childhood stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was it for you? Did you grow up in DC?
I did, yeah, and same, just normal. I've talked to enough people from around the world where it's just like, I don't know, everybody kind of had the same childhood with like minor differences, of course, but like,
yes.
I don't know, everyone is the same, right? What got you guys into music?
Max, do you want to start?
Yeah, that's actually it's a pretty funny story for me. I wasn't very invested in sports and football, and when I was like 14 or 15 years old, there was a football match at our school, and I just wouldn't want to go there. So I met a girl from my class, and she said, "Hey, do you want to come with us? We go to our music room and we jam a little bit." And I said, "Well, I never made music before, but I can try." That's where I dodged sport and learned to love music.
For me, it was my parents basically, because they were playing in some kind of probably marching corps. It's the best translation. And so I grew up with it, and then also started to play there, and went on from there.
Nice. At what point do you kind of discover heavy music, whether that's, punk rock or heavy metal or hardcore?
For me, I know exactly when. Actually, I was like 12 years old, and a friend of mine, he got a new CD, which was something you did back then. And it was Runaway from Linkin Park, but I don't know if it was a single or the album. And
okay.
I just listened to the first song, and then I was like, yeah, I like this now. And then I went and bought my own.
Nice.
When we were young, we swapped our MP3 players, and a friend of mine gave me his, and then I saw bands like System of a Down and Slipknot, and I thought, oh, that sounds kind of interesting, and I got hooked.
Nice. And from that point, it's just like the slippery slope of like, well, this is good, and then it's just like, what's heavier?
Yeah.
What's heavier?
It's always in search of something heavier. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's good. What's more scary? What was I guess as you're kind of discovering bands, was there like good local scenes or friends that were like also interested in the same sort of music where you're just like, all right, let's start bands? Is that like a normal thing? I know there's a ton of German bands, but like for you guys and your time growing up.
Well, I would say it goes kind of hand in hand. If you listen to the music, you're going to find people who love that music, and you became friends. And probably like half of the people were playing electric guitar back then, so it wasn't pretty hard to find someone who's likes heavy music, plays the guitar. But it was quite a challenge to find someone who plays the bass.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, for me it was my drum teacher, who got me into his old cover band, so just to play a bit and to practice. And that was actually the same practice space where Max and Eugen, our guitarist, were jamming, and so that's kind of how we got to know each other.
Let's talk about THROATCUT. How'd this band come together?
It started when we discovered that we want to make a different kind of music, something that suits us more than the stuff we did before, and it just kind of went with that. And we found Rafa, a bass player, a few months later, and we just wanted to do something new, something that fits more to the time we're living in, and I think we kind of nailed that.
Yeah. We had a project before that, was a hardcore punk band. It was basically just, let's call it good time music. Yeah. But then there was like a time where it felt inauthentic and maybe insincere because we were just playing a role, and there were then also other ideas which we couldn't pursue because it wouldn't fit the band. And that's when each of us like decided for themselves first, but then we all together, let's just cut it here and create something new.
Nice. What was it like COVID and like lockdowns and that, or was it like, I don't know, a political or something internal that led you to like, all right, this doesn't feel authentic and we want to do something that says something different?
Well, I think it was each of us had his own reason. There were some personal things going on, but then also like, I mean, look at our world right now.
Right.
So there's like a point in time where we're just fed up with good time music. So and you want to express how you really feel and what's in your mind. Yeah. So you need a creative outlet for that. But like I said, we all had this around the same time, and then we just had a talk, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I also see it like that," and then we just went with that.
Yeah, nice. What was the inspiration for the band name and kind of the stylization?
Band name was quite hard, actually. We took a very long time to find something. There were a few favorites, but then we scrapped those again, and then. I think we landed on cutthroat first because of the meaning, which would suit the whole thing a bit better, but we like the sound of throat cut. So we switched it up. And sonically or for the music, we were just looking at bands that we like. And we're listening a lot to, like, I don't know, Throne, Knock Loose, Chad Zigrin, Alpha Wolf, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we took some inspiration from there and mixed in our own things. And that's basically how we started with creating our own sound.
Nice. Naming a band at this point has to be so hard. It's like everything's taken, and
all the good names are taken.
you're just on Google being like, all right, does this suck? Does this come up? How many bands have this name?
It's probably the hardest part when you're starting a band.
Yeah. How'd you guys get connected with the Rising Empire?
I think it was so we had contact before with Robin there, and I think Lukas and Eugen met him at a concert, and they talked and they connected, and then we hit him up with our music idea and our plans that we wanted to start out with, and they let us wait a pretty long time before we got an answer from them. we mostly already forgot about it, and we're planning our release. I think at the end of probably end of summer last year, I remember we were just starting the band practice, and Eugen said, "Oh, Rising Empire called, and they want us." And then we started playing, and I didn't know what hit me.
Yeah, I remember he was calling it out mid-song. We had a lot of help from Timo, who's the singer of Our Mirage and Alleviate, if you know them.
Mm-hmm.
And he invited us to a concert, or more like he invited Eugen, because they connected online. And we just, like, I don't know, there was some kind of vibe there. We had a good time, and then some time later he was like, "Hey, do you have some stuff to send over to Robin, and to Michi, which are the A&Rs?"
Mm-hmm.
And then we just did it. And then, like Max said, we waited a few weeks, then started to release by ourselves because we just wanted to put our stuff out. And then they just hit us up. Hey guys, let's have a talk.
Was that the stuff that's on Resilience that you started releasing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The songs were mostly finished all through, and we planned our release in last year December, and then they hit us up. Yeah, so it was mostly all done.
Oh man.
Yeah, we already started. Like, we had, I don't know, 3 or 4 singles out already, and then they were like, "Hey, let's have a talk."
Man, because I know, like, just talking to so many of your label mates, like, their release schedule from like when the first single drops to when the album comes out, it's almost a year. So like, that's such a long time for a band to be like, if you're ready to release your album and they're like, time out, you have to restart the clock. Like, you're just like, fuck, man, we want to get these songs out. We're tired.
Yes. And then you already have heard them like 1,000 times, and you just want to get it out. Yeah.
Right. So it's always a weird thing talking to like a Rising Empire band who are like, I'm excited for people to hear this. Also, the next record is done. Like, I hate this album, but I'm glad you get to hear it.
Yeah.
Album's called Resilience. Where'd the title and kind of some of the lyrical themes for the album come from?
Well, the lyrical themes, it's different stuff, basically. So they are inspired by, let's say, all of us, but written mostly by Max. And it's just... We took a look at ourselves and reflected inwards, like what's keeping my mind busy, and then we also took a look at the world outside to see what pissed off us there, and then we thought about, okay, how are these two connected, maybe, and that's basically the summary of the songs. It's really different stuff, and the name also took a long while. Like, choosing an album name is almost as hard as choosing a band name. But when we finished the songs, we took a step back and looked at them, like, in general. And then we noticed that, these are kind of depressing and sad and angry, but also they, like, promote to stick to it and push further and go forward.
Yeah.
And be resilient.
Yeah.
So that I think that it fits the theme really good.
Nice. I can't remember, because I've just listened to the record on repeat in the background and not like paid attention. I can't remember if it's the end of Snake.Eater or the beginning of Blasphemous, where you have the soundbite of the American Pledge of Allegiance. What led to that decision? I assume it ties into the song somehow.
Yeah, kind of. So I think Snake.Eater is probably our most political song yet. And we thought, okay, well, because it starts with a quote of Trump or like a sample from him, we felt that it conveys the idea of the song in itself really good if we just put the Pledge of Allegiance at the back of it. But it's not in general about like American politics, more like a general overview, like world leaders, warmongering, and civilian population suffering, stuff like that. But we felt it would tie back really good to the start.
Yeah. There's a diversity in heavy music and metalcore and hardcore these days. It seems like so many bands have decided to kind of forego specific genres, and it's everything from techno and K-pop and hip hop and heavy metal all mashed together. This album is a straightforward, like, we've come to beat your brains in, which I love. Like, you hit play and it's just like, all right, let's go, right? Mosh pit in the living room. Has that been kind of difficult to find your place in the scene that is so diverse and changing?
I don't think
I wouldn't say so. No.
Okay.
We made the songs and we wrote the songs in the way we wanted to, and clearly we had a lot of inspiration, but it wasn't our first motive to copy someone or stuff like that. We still wanted to do our thing, you know what I mean? And it just fits together if you listen to all the songs, but it's still the songs are still things for themselves if you listen to them separated.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to do music like the way we wanted to.
Yeah.
We also could have gone like the cookie cutter road and like basically copy someone else's sound, like Max said. But I think there's among the songs there's really like a kind of broad spectrum from more hardcore stuff to maybe more almost deathcore techie stuff. Mm-hmm. So we try to be really open about that, and also keep getting influences in. So we try to be open on songwriting and just do what feels right.
Yeah. Who came up with the concept and the cover art design?
That's something that I did. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So 100%.
Yeah. So I'm kind of responsible for all the like graphic stuff and visual stuff, more or less. And Eugen does a lot, or does almost anything regarding sound design, but he's also involved in videos. But of course, whatever we do, we try to get like everyone's input. We're just like we're executing the thoughts of everyone else. But the cover artwork was me.
Nice. Album is out July 18th. I looked at your website. There are currently no shows on your website. What's the plan for, I don't know, later this summer or the fall, and live?
Yeah. Okay. So
if you could say,
we should probably update the website. Actually, tomorrow, which is the day after tomorrow, the 20th of June, we got the chance to open up for Currents and Aviana here in Germany, which is insane.
Yeah.
And after that, we get to play Summer Breeze, which is quite a big festival here in Germany, which was also like bucket list thing for us.
Yeah.
And then there are some shows down the road here in Germany, but we're also supporting Sugarspine in the Netherlands. If you know him, if you don't, check him out. They're really nice.
Yeah.
And we don't know actually, because we were taken by surprise so often, and things just happened. So we can't really say what's going to happen next. But we try to get as many shows in as possible.